Well, many people have their retirement planned out decades in advance. There are others who find themselves retiring before they're ready. So what do you do if you're basically told it's time for you to stop working? Well, we're here to discuss that, and we're joined again by Collin Evans with Evans Financial Group to chat about this, to talk about something that people may not anticipate. So
yeah, it's a total unexpected.
Yeah.
We had to put this together. We had some clients over the last couple of years, and it just seems like the kind of common theme is, as folks are getting older, and I can still understand from the corporate side when hey, we can bring in some younger bucks and we can pay them a little bit less, and I get it. And outside of that, that throws a wrench in some plans, especially when it's like, hey, I was getting, I'm sneaking into that retirement time. What do I do?
Right.
We put together a couple things like, first thing you got to start taking a clear look at finances. What do you have in savings, retirement accounts? Where's my money?
So your existing finances.
Yes, we got to look, because we might have to live off of this.
Yeah.
We've got to start looking now. We have to start looking at what is our income that we have, what is our expenses? Would we have car notes, house notes, mortgage? What's it take to keep our household running? What's, our utilities, our groceries? These are the type of things we have to go into, and we start looking. Now, while this can be some kind of detrimental news, it's not the end of the road. It's like, just take a second, just breathe a little bit. There's other things that you could possibly be eligible for.
Okay.
It might be a time to look at, while 62 is the first age that you can take Social Security, it might not be ideal because it's going to be a lower number. This can help us bridge an income gap.
Okay.
What if it was a disability? That could be something to look at. Do you have disability through work, or maybe we need to look for Social Security disability? That's another angle of something to look at. Pension or severance. Some of the big companies that we did see that were actually doing some of these forced retirements, they were giving severance packages. So that was, which is a good thing, because that's giving people, the people, it's like, hey, we're buying your time, until you kind of hit in the retirement age. So that's actually a really nice thing. But then there's times when they don't get that. So this is the time we can go look at unemployment benefits. There's nothing wrong with it. This is what it is for.
Right.
Absolutely. And now the last thing you really need to do, and taking your time, create a spending plan. Now, because now that things have changed, we don't have income coming in from a job, we're going to have to restructure and do some different things. It might be the time to cut out those extra subscription services that I am perfectly guilty of this, when it's like, oh, I'll sign up for $2.95 a month or $4.95, and then
adds up after a while.
and then I realize, I'm like, wait, I've got 10 of these.
Yeah.
This becomes a large. This is time when it might be a time to reevaluate that and look at finances, and let's prep for it.
And absolutely, I mean, especially for people, if you've had, say, a 401k or some kind of employment-based savings plan for your retirement, they're, of course, going to be chatting with you about, okay, here's where your funds stand. Do you roll those over? Do you start withdrawing? How does that,
Yeah, and we want to look at that, because that conversation is, well, let's make sure we're using the right strategy, because at this point in time, we want to make sure that we're keeping more money on the client side of the table as opposed to Uncle Sam, because that can be where error comes into play on those what we call qualified accounts, like your 401k, your IRA, because Uncle Sam wants some tax dollars out of that. We got to make sure that strategy is done correctly.
And we don't like when people panic over finances, but this is a situation where it can lead to panic.
It can. It really can. Because, I mean, you're getting I'm getting the axe. I'm getting cut. I'm getting let go of my career, of maybe where I put my heart, soul, and life's work and blood into. I understand that, but this might be the time where you get to go, it's time for me to close this chapter, and let's look at what's next.
And you don't want to make any drastic decisions too when you're in that state of panic.
No, you don't, because sometimes drastic situations and drastic decisions can sometimes cause for disastrous results.
Right, exactly. So, Collin, thank you again for coming in to chat with us about this. I know
Absolutely.
this will probably ease a lot of people's minds as they figure out those first steps.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Of course, anytime.